Now you can check your progress for lesson 1, 2 and 3 unit 5. Prepare yourself and keep tuned. What is the scientific term for an object that produces its own light? A light source. How are we able to see objects that are not sources of light? Light from a source reflects off the object and into our eyes. What is the primary reason we cannot see objects in a completely dark room? There is no light source to reflect light off objects into our eyes. In what path does light always travel? In straight lines. What evidence proves that light travels in straight lines when using a tube? You can only see the light if the tube is straight and not bent. What is a narrow beam of light called in scientific terms? A ray. How is the direction of light travel represented in a ray diagram? By drawing an arrowhead on the ray line. In a ray diagram, what is the arriving ray? The light ray that travels from the light source to an object. In a ray diagram, what is the reflected ray? The light ray that bounces off an object and enters the eye. What happens to light when it hits a smooth, shiny surface like a mirror? It reflects very well, creating an image. What happens to light when it hits a dull, rough surface like wood? The surface absorbs the light rather than reflecting it. Why does paper absorb more light than it reflects? Under a microscope, its surface contains many bumps that prevent smooth reflection. What is the definition of a reflection seen in a mirror? An image. How does a car's rear view mirror assist a driver? It reflects light from cars behind the driver into their eyes. Why does a dentist use a small mirror when examining teeth? To see parts of the teeth that cannot be viewed directly. Which surface would provide a better reflection, a wooden chopping board or aluminum foil? Aluminum foil. What is the correct sequence of light travel for Arun to see a palm tree in daylight? Light travels from the sun to the tree, reflects off the tree, and travels into Aaron's eyes. Why can Rabba see Khalid when they are in a straight corridor but not after Khalid turns a corner? Light travels in straight lines and cannot curve around the corner to reflect off Khalid into Rabba's eyes. A statement with a key term blanked out. If you cannot see your reflection in a surface at all, it means the surface, blank, light. ABS Rob. What are the two possible outcomes when light hits an object's surface? The light is either reflected or absorbed. On a scale of 0 to 3 for reflection quality, what score would a mirror receive? What physical characteristic must a surface have to be considered a mirror? It must be smooth and shiny. Why are fireworks considered light sources? They produce and emit their own light through chemical reactions. How does the arrived light from a lamp interact with a book to allow a reader to see it? The light hits the book and bounces, reflects, into the reader's eyes. True or false? All surfaces reflect some amount of light. True, though some reflect much less than others.